So although I'm recording this in advance of Christmas, I think I can safely say that Christmas has been different. With the hopes of a family Christmas for many people having been snatched away from them. And indeed, many people being separated from their loved ones. And yet, I want to talk about hope and family. That final chapter of Ruth shows that after famine and emigration and tragedy of death, hunger, poverty and rejection, there is hope in the happy ending when Ruth, the foreigner, is brought into the family of the people of God through marriage to Boaz. We might think that complex and cross-nation families are a modern-day thing. But here in the story of Ruth, we see this complex cross-nation family coming into being and becoming part of the story of God's people. Part of that link from Abraham all the way through the generations to Jesus. It's easy sometimes to think that the story of God's people must be a straightforward one, with God looking after his people all the way. But many of the narratives in our Bible show that this is not the case. And in particular, we've seen this as we've gone through that book of Ruth. Ruth became part of the story by way of a series of tragedies and hardships. Widowed, but staying loyal to her mother-in-law. Having to glean for food. Perhaps think of this as the equivalent to the food bank. Being rejected by the person who should have taken responsibility for her, before ending up married to Boaz, and through giving birth to Obed, becoming part of that line of hope that eventually led to Jesus. God is there in the tragedies, the hardships and disappointments. And God is there in the hope that underpins it all. And in the story of Christmas, we see the hope that a new baby brings. Hopes, dreams, possibilities. Yes, and heartache too. God is with us, made vulnerable like us, yet light of the world, hope of the world, the promise of a Saviour, all wrapped up in a manger. If you have struggled with Christmas this year, don't worry. For all that we wish people a Merry Christmas, underneath it all, it is not about feeling merry, but a knowledge that God is with us. With us in our struggles, our tragedies, our hardships and disappointments, and bringing us light and hope. And so this year, more than any other, maybe don't rush to pack away the decorations, but perhaps pause to reflect on the nativity scene. The way that God chose to come to us and make room for Jesus this Christmas season. For Jesus is the demonstration that God is with us. And so, may you have hope, find peace, share love, and even in these difficult times, experience some joy in this Christmas season. Amen.